Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and today guys we are here doing another F1 2017 Grand Prix challenge here today for the Chinese Grand Prix. And I was thinking, you know, after watching the Australian Grand Prix, it was only fair that we went with the man Jolyon Palmer in his Renault car. Obviously he qualified last at Australia, I think it was over 3 seconds off his teammate there and over 6 seconds off the pole time after he complained about a very poor setup in qualifying. So I decided, you know, it would only be fair that we started with Jolyon Palmer here today for the Chinese Grand Prix, once again, starting right from the very back here, obviously at the Chinese circuit, probably one of my most hated tracks on the Formula 1 calendar, and I think generally it's not a particular fan favourite. I think the only good thing about it really is the long back straight, obviously with that hairpin. A very good place to be making overtaking moves. You can see, having a look down the grid though, Nico Rosberg on pole with Daniel Ricciardo second, Sebastian Vettel third, and Lewis Hamilton down in P4. But I'll let Crofty carry on with that whilst I talk about a few other little things, guys. And one thing I would like to quickly mention before getting into this video was I was getting a couple of little questions about the quality of my Elgato, and I think I came to the conclusion it was slowly breaking, so I have actually ordered a brand new Elgato HD 60, so hopefully starting from next week, guys, we will be moving over to more 60 FPS footage, guys. But having a look at the race, and it is going to rain halfway through the race, and I think if we start on medium tyres, guys, this could look very strong for myself, because China are track generally that the tyre wear is so poor at. You can barely get sort of 5-6 laps out of a set of super soft tyres, as I found out, unfortunately, back in AOR last season, guys. But hopefully, you know, this could really shake up the race today. But starting from the back as Jolyon Palmer, here ready for the Chinese Grand Prix. It's 5 lights. And away we go then for the Chinese Grand Prix. We've got Pascal Wehrlein just alongside me here, but he gets off to, can only be said, as quite a bad start here. We're going to try and look up the inside of Felipe Nasr here, down towards turn 1 here. We're just going to be able to throw it down the inside of so many cars that there's a car gone wide at turn 1 there. I think that might have been Max Verstappen there. It was definitely a Red Bull car there on the outside there, but having to give up so many positions due to illegal overtakes now. We're going to try and swing it around the outside of Danny Kvyat here, down in P17 in his Toro Rosso car, but trying to hold it around our outside. He tries to squeeze me out, go right over the curbs there, but we're going to be able to go down the inside, down towards turn 4 here. We're going to go for a very late move on Rio Haryanto there. He was probably not expecting that as we came into the next corner there, but up the inside of Haryanto here we go, and he actually tries to squeeze me there out over the grass into the next corner there. He wasn't very happy with my attempted overtake there, but we can fall back down into P17 there. We're going to try and hold it around his outside into the next corner here through the long right-hander there, and we do manage to go back up the inside and back up now into P16 of the Chinese Grand Prix there. So 6 positions made up very early on in this Grand Prix, and hopefully, you know, we should be able to make up a lot more positions in the next couple of laps of this Grand Prix. But now, as you can see, coming to the end of lap 1 here, we've got a very big battle of cars here going on just about ahead of me here. This should extend, I think, just about into the points. So hopefully, you know, if we can get past all these guys, we could be looking like to already be scoring points on the second lap of this Grand Prix. But Romain Grosjean, the first car on my hit list, we try and look around the outside. We give him a little bit of a tap there through turn 1. We managed to throw it up the inside of both him and Carlos Sainz there as we try and get through the corner here. Sainz tries to hold it down the inside there. He's going to try and squeeze me wide on the exit of the corner, just like his teammate Kvyat did 1 lap before, but hopefully down towards turn 4 here, we should be able to hold it up the inside into the corner there. We're actually going to try and go for a move on both Esteban Gutierrez there and my teammate Kevin Magnussen there. Probably quite, you know, quite a bad move by myself. You know, we made quite a bit of contact with my teammate there, but we do now move up into P12 of the Chinese Grand Prix, so we've basically made up half the field there in the opening 1.5 laps here. And next up on my hit list is Nico Hülkenberg here, down in P11 in this Grand Prix, hoping, you know, on this long back straight we can relegate him down to P12 here. We're going to go up the inside, and you can just see how much extra speed we had thanks to the slipstream there, and down towards the final hairpin here. We should be able to hold on to the position unless he goes for some sort of rash dive on there. We do run a little bit wide through the corner there, but he does have to back out of it on the exit of the corner there. And now up into P11 we go in this Chinese Grand Prix. As you can see, by the end of lap 3, as you can see on the mini-map here, there are a lot of cars now in the pit lane here, and hoping, you know, we should be able to obviously get right up into the points now, and we're going to be able to move up into P6, I think, in the Chinese Grand Prix. There we are, up into P6 now of this race, and the only car that hasn't pitted yet that probably won't have to pit until the rain comes is Jenson Button. I think we're having reports that the rain would be coming in sort of the next 5-10 minutes here, so the guys on the super soft tyres won't be able to push the car far enough to succeed. All those drivers are now in the pit lane on the end of lap 4 here. As you can see, we move now up into P2. The only man left ahead of me now is Jenson Button here, so it's looking like us two have really been able to use this strategy to our advantage here, and hoping, you know, if we can try and survive all the way to the rain, that we are effectively now fighting for the race lead of this Chinese Grand Prix, because obviously we don't have to make another pit stop, well, sorry, another pit stop more than the rest of the field here, so hoping, you know, that we can be able to hold on to this very strong position here. Uriah Haryanto there, you might have seen, is now out of the Grand Prix. He had an engine failure, but we throw it up the inside of Jenson Button here, up into the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. Are we going to be able to hold on to the position? Yes, we do. Jenson backs out of there as we come up onto the S section here. As you can see, but now we're up into the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix here, guys, and we're looking very, very strong at this moment in time in this Grand Prix. As you can see, by the end of lap 6 here, and the rain is starting to come down a little bit more here, so we might try and gamble, come into the pits at the end of this lap. The team recommended it, and I usually just listen to Jeff in this Grand Prix. Fortunately for me, we don't do with Lewis Hamilton there, and do manage to keep it on the track as we come to the pit lane here, being very, very cautious down into the pits. Obviously, we don't want to be caught for pit lane speed in there, because that could completely ruin my race at this moment in time, guys. But coming down into the pit box here, hoping, you know, that we do not get held up behind Jenson Button here. You know, I tried to pull out a bit of a gap, and we do not get held by Jenson there, which has helped me out absolutely massively here. We got a few more drivers that are trying to stretch one more lap out of their set of soft tyres here. We got Felipe Nasr and Nico Rosberg just behind me here, going down towards turn 1, and too busy looking behind me, I run just a little bit wide into turn 1 there. Fortunately for me, with those guys on their dry tyres, they're going to have even less grip than I have at this moment in time. We're sort of just moving over the cut-off point, probably when I came into the pit lane. It was probably just about where the tyre pace leveled out, but now moving on further on to lap 7 here, we got Danny Kvyat and I think Romain Grosjean there in his Haas car, and you can just see how much extra grip we have as we go right around the outside of Daniel Kvyat there. Very, very textbook move, and around the outside, hopefully, of Romain Grosjean, turns to the inside for the next corner there, and we re-inherit the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix here. So, you know, it's going very, very well for myself at this moment in time, guys, and as you can see, coming on to the final lap of the race, the rain got heavier, but there was nothing anyone was able to do against myself in this Grand Prix. As you can see on the mini-map there, Lewis Hamilton up in P2 here, but still a good sort of 19-20 seconds behind me. As you can see, coming down into the final hairpin though, on this final lap of the Chinese Grand Prix, guys, and we are going to be able to come through down towards the final corner. See, we're already doing a little bit of celebrating or weaving as we come down into the final corner though, guys. We are going to be able to win the Chinese Grand Prix as Jolyon Palmer, starting from down in last place. So there we are then, guys, the end to the Chinese Grand Prix challenge here, driving from last place to Jolyon, as Jolyon Palmer there, guys. And as you can see, we managed to somehow win that Grand Prix. Yes, there was quite a lot of luck involved in that, I won't lie, guys. Obviously, where we saw those changing conditions right at the wrong time for most of the AI there, guys. But we also saw a British 1-2-3, which, you know, I highly doubt we can claim we see that very often in Formula 1 nowadays, guys. But hopefully, you know, you have enjoyed this Grand Prix challenge, guys. Do not forget to like, subscribe, if you are new around here and if you want to see more of my F1 2017 Grand Prix challenges, guys, I've also got an F1 2016 career mode, an F1 2011 career mode currently going on the channel as well, guys. But hopefully, as I said, if you're new around here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.